Hello everybody. Hello game. I'm guys. No, Demon it. Guys, I'm pulling up my live right now. So wait. What are this? Dude.
President Trump signing the official documents that set up his nominees officially in the record. It's taking over the government.
Okay, well, what is going on?
Parts. This is not the list of executive orders and actions. We'll see
What
those
is?
throughout
No,
the day.
I don't want this.
And then later on the White House, some more. But you heard him being asked there whether he knew about the pardons from President Biden. He said he didn't want to talk about them.
Okay, I got my live.
Said he didn't think it was appropriate or a word similar to that, but that he didn't want to discuss it, that he wanted to focus on the importance of this day.
Setting up right now. I'll play a game in a couple seconds.
Just a short time ago, a lot has been said about this president's stamina.
Alright. Welcome everybody. What game of Antonio? You're the only person in this life. What game do we play? What game do we play in? Wob the plays. I think that's a good. This is not a solo game. It's how about we play Wob, Rob the Placey?
Essentially ground zero for this inauguration. You had the event yesterday, a rally.
We're gonna play Wob the Place.
The parade will be inside in front of the crowd there at Capitol Arena later on today, and then it goes to 3 balls. Sandra, your thoughts on this day, and what else you took away from this speech and the message as it's an action, and it's stuff happening.
Interesting, you go back to the speech in the rotunda. I can imagine I was
Is it? What the so what's the other?
interesting. Was there about 13 minutes into that 30-minute speech?
Open.
But he stopped his message on bringing
Lucky spin. What's a lucky spin? Money.
Signed up for. And that's what we're about to see with the executive actions. I'm just thinking about it.
But really good. I'm gonna go to the war. I love my. I know you love your name.
Administration of American patriots will be working to meet every crisis with dignity, power, and strength. We will move with purpose and speed to bring prosperity, safety, and peace for citizens of every race,
Hey there, Bob.
religion,
Hey.
color, and creed. For American citizens, January 20th, 2025 is Liberation Day.
Barret.
I wonder what's on the menu today. Fancy, gold. Everything's gold.
By the deal. Keep in mind, this is the important thing. He knows what policies he wants to put back in place immediately. Steve Miller, Christine exactly the letters to
I can't believe. Oh. You have to be skibbity kidding.
We talk about some of the technology, we talk about things such as AI, talk about things that really, quite frankly,
Come on.
Talked about a radical, corrupt establishment.
Hello, Lord Brown. Give me money.
He's going to be decisive. They'll be there. I was talking to John this morning, and it struck me. He has a larger majority than Mike Johnson. So the smile that you just saw on Mike Johnson's face may be the last one you see for the next 2 years. Take a Brandon McDowell. Take a Aaron Origin in a house, even when Peter and Ryan had more than words. They could not keep frogs in the water. They could repeal the ACA. They could go like that. So, you know, this Mike has a beautiful smile. I'm glad I got to see it. So they not see it yet. We're looking live at that general election. I would expect President Trump to arrive there in a second. We'll deliver a toast as you see the lawmakers of the honored guests at different seats. I saw Tim Cook in the middle there. The family is all there. Kaylee, this is just a big common circumstance, but everything has flow to it today. And it's very choreographed. It is, and that was
Let's go. Will you give me money? Give me money. Give me money. Give me. Woo! Got money, bro. Man, I'm rich. Dude, I don't want to push you.
Let's listen to the
House Majority Leader, Steve Scalise, accompanied by Mrs. Scalise, and House Democratic Leader, the Honorable Hakeem Jeffries.
Give me money. Oh man, I'm rich. You're gonna lose me anyways.
Escorting the Vice President of the United States, acting member of the Joint Committee on Ceremonies, Honorable Fisher and Mr. Fisher.
What's it mean?
Ladies and gentlemen, the Vice President of the United States, the Honorable J.D. Vance, accompanied by Mrs. Vance.
No, I don't know what they're gonna do. 40? How do you get 40 down? I think that's where you get the most money.
Ah!
Okay, let's see what we can get in a shot. Crates. Oh, what's this? The chain is awesome, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States, the Honorable Donald John Trump, and Mrs. Trump.
So the zero, you have a 0% chance to get it. I forgot this. 15% money boost. See if I get scammed or not.
My colleague, Senator Fisher, distinguished guests, including Mr.
Oh,
Congress, welcome to the 60th inaugural lunch. Being surprised, we are featuring Nebraska beef and Minnesota apples and desserts. We are here in Statuary Hall, where these luncheons have taken place since President Reagan first inaugurated in 1981, and where the House of Representatives once met 150 years ago. We were born, Mr. Speaker. In 1861, when the new House wing of the Capitol was built, and in the midst of the Civil War, Congress dedicated this chamber to host statues chosen by every state. Walking into the hall, we all passed under the arch, holding the marble car of history walk. The statue shows feel the brief views of history for those to record events as they happen.
yes.
And as you can see, she's heard her
Minus 8.
her chariot forward into the future. She looks behind her to remember the past. She remains here as she has for hundreds of years. A reminder that history will remember the events.
Well, I got her fame, man.
And it is on us to write that history right now. Speaking of
us pray. King of kings and Lord of lords, whose kingdom is all judges all lesser sovereignties. Look at the on President Donald John Trump and Vice President James David Pence.
I think it's like Princess Sia.
Needed for our times. Protect them from the vicissitudes and challenges of the struggle making world. Justice, peace, and righteousness. Lord, give them a deep desire to do their best for our country and a determination and way to you. Preserve their families in health, strength, grace, and power. Bless now as each of us finds sufficient
Lena has arrived on CS.
Luncheon is underway. This council will be on here pretty soon. Just beginning to get to see as outside shop capital. Speaking
See if I win or not.
here,
87?
They just put the presidential seal on it. We are told that Mr. President will sit down at that desk in front of this crowd, 30,000 of his most fervent supporters, and start signing executive orders in front of them. You can imagine the crowd is going to go wild when he introduces some of those policies. Some of the speakers behind us have just declared that what they describe as an invasion at the southern border is over. Every time Trump is Trump behind us today. Wild. The biggest round of applause he's gotten all afternoon, the biggest cheers I personally heard, was when Trump was giving his inaugural speech and he said with the official U.S. government policy that there are only 2 genders in America. Everything he said, that was the most applause. So the parade here is officially scheduled. This place is packed to 20,000 people. They're waiting and they're ready for President Trump to arrive here and to start signing some of these executive orders again. The first hours of his administration will be underway, guys. Back to you.
Bill Illusion of Cap One Arena will be back there as the program continues.
I don't think we've seen a performative executive order signing. So I think it's going to be very tough. Some people are their original.
Huh. What are you whining about? Hey! DC bars have turned into MAGA bars. That's what the fuck, man. Because they cut away.
I bet that South Bend lady is going to be sticking around for the Notre Dame Ohio game, and it sounds like everybody's pretty warmed up in there.
Warmed up. Live TV, chicken, Union Pub, alcohol. There you go. Throw in, stir. Let's go back to the speech real quick. This is a moment where the president's talking.
This is a moment right here in history.
Over the past 8 years, I have been tested and challenged more than any president in our 250-year history.
Yep.
And I've learned a lot along the way. The journey to reclaim our republic has not been an easy one, that I can tell you. Those who wish to stop our cause have tried to take my freedom and indeed to take my life. Just a few months ago in a beautiful Pennsylvania field, an assassin's bullet ripped through my ear. But I felt then and believe even more so now that my life was saved for a reason. I was saved by God to make America great again.
Yep. Why are you following me around the room? Doesn't make any sense.
This is Biden heading off on Special Mission 46, flying to California. It used to be called Air Force One.
No. A big day. It's inauguration. For someone who hasn't Liberation Day.
Whining.
But I'm glad that you played that about the assassination attempt, because when you talked about that, I was thinking about the comments, these big moments for both now former President Joe Biden and for Donald Trump. So the assassination was determining his presidency. Whereas a global winning he said that was the moment where they knew we were essentially coasting at this point, and that it had permeated the American consciousness in a way that I think a lot of people it is breathing into the campaign, and it's obviously an incredibly important moment for the Trump family and for the country. It's great to spend time on that. In terms of the speech overall, and he's already given a couple, and he'll give more as the day goes on. You had a bit of everything, right? You had some was muted, some was more rally-like. But what was interesting to me, and we'll see if we hear more of this coming with it, there's 7 million people who voted for Joe Biden in
breathing room to figure this out. But it's tough. It's a tough issue. There's
'Are you watching this or something?
No.
Can I get to do something else?
No.
I can't.
No.
there is this exuberance, but there are challenges ahead, bumpy roads ahead.
I thought a lot about that during his speech in the Rotunda earlier, about how his performance in the economy may be judged. And something I think everybody can relate to at home is the problems in the housing market, and the lack of supply, the high prices, the high interest rates that are only in place to tame the inflation that happened over the past 4 years. And there is going to be a good hard look given to the progress he's able to make on the economy, how quickly he's able to make it. Historically, it is extremely challenging to bring prices down. Once they go up, it is extremely challenging to bring them down. What he can do is work to tame inflation. And obviously, immediately, you look at spending, which he's already indicated that he and his team are doing. So I think for a lot of people, they're going to judge that by, can prices stabilize at the prices that they have risen to? Will it eventually, over the next couple of years, be easier to get in a home? Will it be more affordable to get into a home? Those are those really tangible things I think people felt towards Election Day. On the point of TikTok, as I always say, everything's for sale, right? And I think that's going to be really interesting to watch. One other note was, we were watching the pictures live there before they cut out of the luncheon. To be a fly on the wall in that room right now, you saw some of the seating was really interesting. The Supreme Court justices looked like they were sprinkled throughout the room. You can only imagine some of the discussions. I think I told you I saw there was a moment where Mark Zuckerberg was chatting with Brett Kavanaugh. You can just only imagine some of the interesting discussions that are taking place right now.
Let's not just pass the bread.
One of the other things that helps to unleash the economy, and this is the idea idea that the president wants to carry out, Jessica, is to lower regulation, to make it easier for businesses to grow. And the goal there is that you have an expansion of business and wages can rise when that happens. And, that's the plan that is laid out there that Joe Biden, he threw trillions of dollars into the economy during COVID, and it led to quite a bit of inflation. Absolutely. I think in that first term, his goal was for every new regulation to cut through, and he wants to go 10 to 1 this time. What I think paying particular attention to in the wake of the horrific wildfires in California is how quickly regulations can be cut when it's a state of emergency. And that's not to say that everything that's being done there should be easy on a long-term basis. There is good reason for certain kinds of regulation. But that's obviously a bit of a guide to Democrats to say, obviously we don't want the trauma of all of this to lead to it. But there's probably some things that we can do to get us in a better position for people to be able to afford their homes, for us to be building more housing supply. That's what's going on in Austin. Rents are coming down in Austin, and housing prices are coming down in Austin because they're cutting regulations there to make sure that they can build houses. In New York City, this whole, House of the Yes, right? The promise of yes is about cutting regulations. So you can be liberal and cut regulations as well. But it is interesting to look at the people in the Trump administration, the president himself, J.D. Vance, backing off this language of day one, the prices are coming down, right? I thought I could go to the store tomorrow and my eggs are going to be half price because Donald Trump is in office. Now we're talking about stabilizing prices. It's a much more moderated tone, and I get it. You're on a campaign
To be clear,
trail.
in his speech, he did say his goal is to bring those prices
No,
down.
but on the campaign trail, he said it was day one. He said you're going to go to the gas pump, you're going to have gas the same price as when I was there. And
Well, Ukraine's not going to solve it.
hopefully 100 days.
Video that my video has 824 views and not one of them have went to live.
Special coverage of inauguration of the 47th president of the United States continues. Fox.
Thank you.
I never flew a fugitive before. I have to get him to New York so he can testify.
I think we should turn around.
Tell me how to fly this thing, or we will die out here.
Pay attention. It's the good part.
Flight risk, rated R, Friday. 4 years of constant crisis. Wide open borders, deadly sentinel, violent crime, crippling inflation, war in
Went
Israel,
to
war
my
in Ukraine, China rising. There's no time to waste on Washington games. We must fight. Americans elected President Donald J. Trump to stand up. If we're going to fight and win, I've got your pick. Confirm Trump's cabinet next.
For next, I'm afraid I'm going to for adults with bipolar 1 disorder with acute needs for mental episodes. Unlike some drugs for bipolar 1 disorder, nausea, vomiting, and restlessness are not common with Fanapt. Fanapt may be associated with serious side effects. Elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis
Do it.
with antipsychotics are at increased risk of stroke or death. Fanapt is not approved for elderly with dementia-related psychosis. Fanapt prolongs the QT interval and may be associated with abnormal heart rhythm or sudden death. In 5% or more of people in clinical trials, heart rate increases, dizziness, hypertension, weight gain, dry mouth, sleepiness, and
Okay,
increases
so-
in liver enzymes have been observed. These are not all the side effects. Talk to your prescriber and learn more at fanapt.com. By Vanda Pharmaceuticals.
My name is Ron. I love being active. I feel phenomenal. I can work out every day and still feel like I'm a Marine at 76 years old. 3 years just trying to take care of myself. But then when I found balance in nature, just gave me an extra push. Balance in nature is a 5-star product.
Get 35% off your first preferred set, plus a free fiber and spice supplement as a new preferred customer by using discount code FOXNEWS.
Yeah. Well, that was the first line of a speech that was chock full of lines about a number of different topics. The inauguration of the 47th President of the United States. Senior congressional correspondent Chad Pergram live on Capitol Hill with what we can expect from cabinet confirmations today.
They're done.
Good afternoon, guys.
I hope my butt
This evening, there's a series of business meetings from various committees to try to get these key elements across the Senate floor. We don't think there's going to be any more than two at the very most. The one that we think that they're going to confirm for sure is Marco Rubio, the Republican senator from Florida, for Secretary of State. They'll do that after they pass the Laken-Riley Act. There's a vote, a procedural vote first on that at 5:30 Eastern time. Again, this is moving very quickly. Then they'll pass the Laken-Riley Act. Then they'll probably go to Marco Rubio, probably late in the 6 o'clock hour, maybe 7 o'clock hour for Rubio, and then they're going to try to get clearance to move the nomination of John Ratcliffe to be the CIA director. But I was told by a senior Senate source that they didn't think they would probably get to that today necessarily. They would not rule it out. It was contingent on how much blessing they would get from the Democrats. Now, John Thune, the Republican,
The Senate's going to vote on the Laken-Riley
He was
Act.
able to move 12 nominees in 15
Laken-Riley
days.
Oh, Lincoln-Riley Act,
President
yep.
Trump, last time around, 2017, it took him
What is that?
3 days.
What's that gonna
So they
do?
want to expedite those. Just in the past 15, 20 minutes here, we've heard that there is a business meeting coming up later this week to move the nomination of Scott Bessent to be the Treasury Secretary. We're going to have a couple of others later this week, maybe on the floor.
I first view in like 10 minutes. 30 minutes. I still have copy by this.
Also moving up in the queue, one of those business meetings today from the committee level. Again, keep in mind, you have to have a committee. You can move to the floor is Kristen known to be the Secretary of Homeland Security. Now, what is up today behind the scenes, a business meeting by the Armed Services Committee to move the nomination of Pete Hegseth to be the Secretary of Defense to the floor. Now, that's something they're probably not going to confirm anytime soon. At the very earliest, later this week, it has been speculated to be maybe this coming weekend, maybe sometime next week, because Democrats may require debate time, and they might have to go across a procedural hurdle to stave off the filibuster. They would ostensibly have the votes to do that. You only need a simple majority to do this right now. But the Senate might be voting, kind of around the clock here at some point. I remember back in 2017 with some of President Trump's nominees, they had one vote at 7 in the morning and one on Tom Price to be the HHS Secretary at 2 in the morning. So we might see some of that in the coming days, guys.
Chad Pergram live on the Hill. Chad, thanks.
Senior White House correspondent Peter Juicy is live from the North Lawn, where there has been a change of residency over the course of today. Hi, Peter.
And Martha, you can see it's happening just over my shoulder. There are big trucks moving stuff out from the Biden family and moving stuff in for the Trump family. As we understand it, they have been told they have about 5.5 hours for that entire process to take place. And in the office part of the White House, we are noticing the transition as well. Just a few minutes ago, the first Trump administration staffers showed up. They technically can't come in until afternoon, and we did see some senior level people in the West Wing until just before noon, at which point a Secret Service officer walked through the West Wing where all of the photos of Joe Biden are gone. They left the gold frames up, but all the Biden photos are gone. And the Secret Service basically went in and locked the door so they could do a sweep. It seems like they just wanted to make sure that all the Biden people were gone so that they could bring a busload of Trump folks in. And as we understand it, the rest of the day, President Trump and Vice President Vance will go to greet their adoring fans at the Capital One Arena for what is left of the parade that was going to be outside, had to be moved inside. Then they will come here for some more of these executive order signings. President Biden, or rather President Trump, going to have to get used to that. President Trump is promising about 200 of them. So there are a lot left. It seems like some of them will be signed in front of a cheering crowd, which has never happened. Some of them we expect to be in the Oval Office, which we should have around the time of Brett's show tonight.
Well, we know that his team has been working hard to get all of these executive orders together. and that last time around it took till the end of March to get most of the cabinet confirmed. So there is a real rush to sort of do this at Obama pace, is what they've been saying, which is, you know, to get most of them done very early on. So we'll see how that goes. Peter, thank you very much.
Welcome to our panel, Charlie Hurt, Ben Domenech, Kellyanne Conway. Charlie, just in the past few minutes, at the Pentagon, General Mark Milley's portrait was removed from the chairman of the Joint Chiefs Hall. There's now, he, of course, the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs, that portrait was put up 10 days before, 10 days ago, rather, and he was pardoned today by President Biden.
Yeah, so I guess Joe Biden's pardon did not extend to protecting his portrait in that hallway. It's going to be an interesting 4 years, and I think that we were reminded of this with that what I thought was a marvelous speech, where, you know, the campaign was not a joke. Yet again, he meant what he said, and he walked in that room, and anybody that spent time in the rotunda knows that it's a magnificent place. It's an awesome place. He's been there for 10 years, and every time you walk through it, it's kind of breathtaking. And you walk in there, and that speech was not designed for the people in that room. That speech was designed for people across the country. And I love what Jessica said earlier.
This is gonna take forever.
The number of people that voted for Joe Biden the first time who were open.
After I'm done eating lunch, I'm gonna play that play game because it makes a lot of videos, you know.
Peppered his speech with his policy positions because he still thinks he can win those people over. And I think that that's what we saw today. He thinks that he can. He's going to continue making the sale for his policy proposals, and it obviously worked in the election. And I think that he thinks. And if you look at polling right now about where people feel about the country, I think that there really is room to grow for him.
Kellyanne, your thoughts as you listen to this speech? And last time around, you were very instrumental in the campaign and worked at the White House under President Trump. So your thoughts as you hear that the new staffers are moving in and that they're getting to work?
I'm delighted. I've heard from a number of them, including Alina Hava, who apparently has my old office and my old title. So best of luck to her. I love in President Trump's speech that he just goes for the legacy, because that's a question I've been getting often. What will be his legacy? What does he want everybody to know after these 8 years with the 4-year interruption in between the hiccup? He said today he wants his legacy to be peacemaker and unifier. Now, people can chuckle at that, but the burden of proof for Donald Trump has always been higher than almost anyone else. Barack Obama went and collected the Nobel Peace Prize as a peacemaker in Oslo before he even took office. We just assumed he would be a peacemaker. So when President Trump actually says this is his goal for a legacy, he's going to think about that every single day, Martha. While he's doing energy security, which also looks as national security and sovereignty, while he's doing the border, while he's resolving the conflicts in the Middle East and Ukraine, this is important to him. The thing I wanted to say today is when I walked in the White House for the first time, it really is very daunting. It's very special. But every single day I worked there, I knew something that I don't think we knew the last 4 years, which is back now, which is who's in charge? Who's actually the president? Big question everybody in America has been asking for 4 years. Who's actually running the White House? Who's in the Oval? Who is the president? They were doubtful that Joe Biden actually was doing it. They were doubtful that Kamala Harris could do it. There's never a doubt as to who the president of the United States is when Donald Trump's behind the Resolute desk.
Also, Ben, just in the past few minutes, there's video coming from the borders. The port of entry in El Paso shut down. There's action on border ports of entry. There's stuff happening, and these executive orders and actions will be a flurry throughout the day.
Well, the most significant portion of the executive orders, from my perspective, all have to do with the border and immigration. Obviously, there's going to be a legal fight kicked off right off the bat when it comes to the birthright citizenship issue. And I think that you're going to see legal issues play out in regards to a number of the other steps that he takes. I'm very gratified, frankly, that he's done something that I think should have been done a very long time ago, which is to acknowledge the degree to which Mexican cartels represent a clear and present danger to the American people, and identifying them as terrorist organizations is going to trigger a ton of things as it relates to law enforcement. But one thing about that speech, regardless of what was being said by President Trump, the mood in that rotunda has to be one of the most unique and tense ones I think that we've ever seen for a speech, especially given the flurry of pardons that we came into the day with. including obviously Anthony Fauci, including Mark Milley, and members of Joe Biden's family. I know that when they canceled the Reagan outside inauguration and moved it indoors, it was because it was 7 degrees outside. It was 28 degrees outside when the president started speaking. I think it was colder than that inside that rotunda in terms of the chilly atmosphere. The outgoing administration, their relationship internally between the Bidens and the Harrises, and the relationship with Nancy Pelosi, which we saw playing out in Joe Biden's recent interview. There is so much tension between the political class on the Democratic side and on the Republican side. This is so much more unity than we saw when he came in 2017, a much more unified leadership of the Republican coalition.
Not to mention that the beginning of that speech was pretty brutal. It was almost like in-your-face Harold on the 5. I mean, it was really there.
He was giving a speech imagining Harold on the other seat.
Someone said before that, you know, the audience was outside the room, and I thought, except for those first 2 seats, behind him and on the left, very much in a similar way to the first inauguration that he gave, what he saw as
3, 2, 1, go.
assessment of what we all
3, 2, 1, go.
face in terms of what the problems are in the country.
Oh,
and how to
dude.
address them. I do want to go back, Jessica, to what Ben was just referring to. Did you surprised when you heard that just 15 minutes before this got underway, Joe Biden pardoned the members of his own family?
Yeah, shit.
And why was
Dropped
that
in
necessary?
a half.
I think that we were done for the day with the first batch.
Oh, I like
Fauci
15
and the
minutes?
January 6th
Okay,
committee
yeah, I guess
members,
time to
so
go
it was a
fast.
bit of a surprise. And obviously,
Okay, I'm doing it.
that we're watching
Okay.
greeting the Trumps, and we're having this moment, and I did think that the Bidens behaved brilliantly.
Do I get on
They were
blue?
so politely
Oh, well.
welcome home.
Looks like
Well,
I'm
it's pretty generous, right, considering everything that's gone on between the two families. So I was
We
surprised by
currently.
that, but I suppose everything that we asked for, and it was central to
Oh my gosh. Why? I stupid. But I got. What the heck? Why is no one trying to get it? What in the world is going on? No one's just helping.
His brothers, his sisters.
Yeah, it's freaking fun.
I might as well cover everybody in case they have some problem.
We're winning. Go.
Sign, and that means that on Inauguration Day, it is up there.
Why am I so big? Why am I so big, bro?
But on this day,
Bruh.
Britt Hume, just bring you back into this conversation.
Oh man, we got skibbity stop bop boppies. Hit him! What? Okay. What the? How did I just lose? Oh, what in the wall.
You never know whether there's been any, but it should.
Oh, 8? How did I get shit down? I don't see anyone.
You know, Brett,
I
President
reset.
Trump said on the campaign trail,
Ugh.
success will be my retribution. That's what he said. Do you have a feeling about
What? Why did this go to you?
and what we're going to see in the early days of this?
Why am I spawning you? No. Dude, I need to go back to my base. You see that?
And he probably never will. So the question that arises is how much you can do to try to
Get it. How did that? What? No one's hearing me.
So let's go down to the Capital One Arena, which is where the action, where the action is going to move as we head towards the
Wait, we didn't win? How? I really hit him, bro. Oh my gosh.
Crimes. Yeah. Why would he work with his sister and his sister's husband? Because they knew something. Yeah. Dozens. Over 20. To send money through all the companies.
Saturday, and then when the weather turned, they offered this venue today. So that's a big deal. Hey, Bill, the tease about the people tuned in.
Maybe we'll get the supersonics DVDs, okay? So we'd be 2 for 2 for some of the biggest.
But I need a button.
We'll find out together. I mean, as they say, it's an
Go. Oh!
And it could be, it's a show of power and force when you have all the effects. Seconds. Thunderbirds, which is nothing.
There's no time to waste on Washington gains. We must fight. President Donald J. Trump.
Damn! Oh my god.
And when we've got work to do, confirm Trump's cabinet now.
What if you could receive a strong fixed rate of return
Okay, why is no one on this shit, bro? You guys so bad. They're just chilling around with a sword in their hand. They're not doing anything. Go ahead, this one. Who does he have this shit? Guys, we definitely are, bro.
Executive orders are great. Legislation is hard.
Yeah, you know, Charlie, when you look at what the expectation, right? People are talking about the optimism.
What in the world happened? What in the? Why am I spinning?
You know, it believed that people would
What in the?
with
What?
laborious.
I don't think that. Okay, I saw big. White plane. What in the world is a white plane? I'm so big. This plane is spinning! What? The plane is just straight up spinning, bro. What in the... Okay. This plane is so... Oh, wait. What's this here?
Shocked by how smoothly
Max point has been reached. Oh my god. Uh-oh.
and his policies, very busy by embracing these policies. And if you don't, the campaign.
Oh, do a flip! The store! No! Terrell! The store! Uh-oh, I gotta get it. Someone's trying to shoot me. Oh no! Oh, what the? Sorry. I'm not sure. No, my plane is on fire. No! No, I'm gonna die. Oh, what's this? I didn't even get a chance to see it.
But you might get something that looks like that again, where people are going to get up there and really vibe with the
same thing again.
Different sets of credentials, different approaches to making policy, different approaches to dealing with the Republican Party, and I just wanted to double tap.
Wait, I don't think. Wait, was it? How much Roblox does it cost to get like a new? 40 Robux. Ain't no way people are spending that much.
And so I think those
Oh wait. Genji. Bye bye. No. What the heck's going on to my base? Oh wait, I can do that, so I can just update. I hate it, bro. Hold on. Damn it. Uh-oh. What's going on? Oh! No! What happened to me? Oh, we just rode.
Twist the dial a little further here, or pull this lever, that thing. When maybe what you actually need to do is double down scenarios or have a total change in what and when it comes to winning, the voters that you just mentioned, I think that dramatic change is what needs to happen. A governor like
it feels like they're yeah, you can see you were trying to go. Icicle.
Uh-oh. No! No! I should make again. It's gonna make again.
El Paso, Texas. We're talking about
Boom! Boom! Kaboomy.
Yeah, we are at the border right now in El Paso. Now, President Trump around this
Oh. Imagine that being big like me. Oh, it's boom! Wait. Kaboom! Kaboom! Okay. Do you want to join? No, I want to. Radar, why are we on radar for 15 seconds? Wait, what's this?
To book
15?
in
Wait, how much?
Mexico, we know that there are thousands of
26.
for those appointments. We have video,
Two fighter jets, I don't know.
after they learned that Trump ended this program, and this program it relied on
I don't know about this still, but
self-give information, so they would give their rely on them to give their own name, their
Hey,
address,
come on,
and that's
no.
when the vetting process really came into play with a lot
I
of
asked
questions
that.
about how exactly
He
this
likes
app works. So the people we spoke to were happy to find out that this app no longer exists. Since we've been here in El Paso, I've been talking to a lot of individual agents to kind of get the feel, and they're hesitant to speak on camera just now as we deal with this transition. You can tell just from talking to agents that the morale is really high right now.
I'm just trying to
They are excited.
scared.
They're ready to get and really implement these new policies. For the last 4 years, they tell me that they have really just felt
I know. Oh, what? the massive buildings. Yeah. No! Okay, guys, I'm gonna end it.